Welcome to Relics Radio, your favorite weekly podcast dedicated to the metal detecting and treasure hunting community. Here are your hosts, Ken from Adventures in Dirt and Tony from 5280 Adventures.
Welcome to a Wednesday night with DK here at Adventures in Dirt on Relics Radio. With my mic misbehaving, I'm bringing my co-host. Tony, Mr. 5280 Adventures.
You're wrestling that mic like an anaconda there. I was like, what's going on?
It's got me. It's got me.
That's hilarious. Hey, DK, gosh. What's going on? Happy Wednesday to you.
Yeah. It's been a good week, man. I've been on vacation all week, so I've been working on some videos.
You would have come in like a big old Grizzly Adams type thing, and yeah, it's a little there,
No shaving this week. I figured I'm just gonna relax and
absolutely.
Too much information, but I'm in my pajamas right now. My pajama pants.
Well,
just
you know,
chilling in the basement.
I'm glad you have pants on because that makes one of us.
Oh, this is the way this show's going to go. We didn't ask our guest if he's wearing pants tonight. I hope he is.
No. He's a classy guy. Come on.
He is. John always wears pants.
Yes.
Who's joining us tonight? We got a great subject. We never really talked too much about this subject. So
we've got an awesome guest, and I know the information just came out earlier today. So not a lot of time for everybody to come over and watch the show with us, but it's going to be a really good one. A lot of information. It's going to be very much packed with that. We've got a whole Google Doc of like questions and fantastic information. Hopefully we can get to everything in the amount of time that we have, because there's a lot here that we want to get shared out and stuff. So
I told him it was going to go quick. That's a lot of information to share.
I know. We're going to be flying. But let's see. We got joining us live. If you guys are watching on the replay, make sure you come over and join us live on Wednesday nights, because you get to interact with everybody here, and we get to acknowledge who's out there. So Bill Hayes always coming in early. He's kind of the staple. You see that shirt that he's wearing?
I do.
In the profile picture there. Yeah, he's
great.
He's been with Relics Radio for a while. That's
Since
awesome.
the beginning. Yeah.
I know.
Relics Radio and American Digger Magazine too.
I did go back and watch the first episode, or listen to the first episode of Relics Radio, and he was already on there. So thanks for coming on, Bill, and giving us the support.
Yeah.
Detect SD, Jason. Welcome on there, Jason. Been talking with Jason all week about some stuff coming on with us. So he did, I just want to mention, what was it? Was it last show or 2 shows ago? He did win one of the Relics Radio hats, and that got sent out to him, and should have arrived 2 days ago. So,
all right.
Congrats to him. I can't wait to see pictures of him sporting that out there in the field.
Yeah, congratulations, Jason. That's cool, man.
Yep. East Idaho Digger joining us. Evening, everyone.
Hello.
We got Copper Joe.
Copper Joe, good to see you, buddy.
Yeah, kind of chilly in Wisconsin.
A little bit. I don't think it's frozen yet, though.
No, he's still got a little bit of time. Hopefully. Bob Rose says,
hey there, Bob Rose. All right.
Yep. Scrolling down here. E-Tector.
E-Tector, good to see you.
Yep.
Welcome in Wednesday night.
Yep. Thin Blue Diggers. I was talking with Nick earlier today.
Yeah. Nick, all right.
Happy to have you on, Nick. Thanks for joining us.
Robert Thompson showed up. How you doing,
hey, Robert? Yeah.
Yeah, welcome, everyone. Let's see, we're scrolling down.
Little Digger.
Little
Digger.
You guys say that.
Detecting.
Yeah.
I saw some stuff he had found, so people still getting out there, even though we're into November, some cold weather.
Yeah, that's one thing I haven't done on my vacation yet. Can you believe it? I
wanted some good stories, man.
Cindy and I had a plan to go, and then plans fell apart. But
well, Cindy was going to be in my neck of the woods. She's like, "Hey, you want to go over here?" I'm like, "It's, I don't know, 10 minutes from my house." I said, "No, we got the family coming over. She pulls a general service button. She pulls some old
did.
stuff. I was like, oh, of course. But happy for her, of course.
Yeah, how do you guys feel about that when your buddy calls you and you're like, "Oh, I can't go," and then they're like, "I found 8 gold coins. They're all double equal $20 pieces."
I felt great. I felt happy for her, but it was like,
100%.
dang it, man.
Shoot.
Could have missed. I missed out on it. That's all right. No, I'm happy it got recovered. You know, we know the spot pretty well, so you know it's nice. Kind of expected in that area, but always nice to see stuff still coming out of there.
Yeah, I'm just teasing you. Congratulations, Cindy. Listens in.
Mr. Larry, 5 Mile Relic Hunter. Cheers, buddy.
What's up, Larry?
Thanks for coming on. And you know, I said I was I want to start off real quick here. I was talking with Nick earlier, and he had we were talking about the Hoover Boys. Video just came out because it's Wednesdays, and there was a 1-minute little announcement that I wanted to kind of go over with everybody real quick. We wanted to on the show just to mention this. So stick with us here for a second, and just the short little announcement from Kurt. I just want to make sure everybody saw. So let's check this out real quick.
I get a lot of questions about fan favorite OG Hoover boy Bobby. Bobby Buttons, where have you been? I try to keep personal life off of YouTube as much as I can, but here we go. Bobby, sorry, not sorry. About 5 years ago, Bob had spinal and neck surgery. 6 months ago, while dealing with pain and discomfort, they noticed that 2 of the 6 titanium screws that had been holding the spine together have broken. Unable to work, he was let go from his job, resulting in also losing his medical insurance. Just a couple weeks ago, recently, Bob suffered a massive heart attack. And thank God he was rushed to the hospital when he was to have immediate life-saving surgery done. He is currently recovering at home, but has been denied disability and financial assistance for his medical bills. His sister started a GoFundMe for the hardship for him and his family. Obviously, the GoFundMe is linked below. If you can help, please help. Bobby, I love you.
All right. So I just wanted to mention real quick, you know, we've all watched Bobby Buttons for a while, and you know, another person in the community that's experiencing some hardships and some time like that. So we just want to throw that out there. We are going to link the GoFundMe into this video down in the description. I'll also be kind of posting it in the live chat here as we go through the evening, just kind of making sure everybody has the opportunity, if you choose to, you know, donate a little bit, whatever you can, obviously is going to help. I did see it's up over $8,000 already. So off to a fantastic start. You know, and anything does help for sure. You saw how emotional Kurt was there, and wow. So
yeah, it hurts, like, you know, double punch, right? Like we had, you know, Greg leaving us, you know, way too early. And matter of fact, on his channel, also one of his digging partners got on the channel and actually did a tribute video to Greg, his main digging partner out there. So I encourage you to go over and watch that if you haven't kind of had a chance to see that either. But yeah, absolutely, go down below and support that GoFundMe campaign if you can. I know times are tough, but yeah, that was rough.
We're all community here.
Yeah.
So,
and we will. Usually the community steps up, and it's greatly appreciated. So Bob, if you're watching, best of luck. Continued healing to you for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Little PSA, you know,
yeah,
housekeeping we had to get done, and so
let's bring our guest on. Let's get going on him. We've kept him waiting long, and we've been trying to get this guy on for a while now.
I know. I'm glad everything's kind of worked out now, and we're gonna, like I said, we got a lot of information to put out here. So let's bring on John.
Yeah. Mr. John Lambe, how are you, sir?
Welcome.
Doing good, sir.
Excellent.
Glad to be here.
Yeah, welcome to Relics Radio.
I know we talked about doing this for probably most of the year.
Yeah,
it's been a while. And we've been talking about getting together, go out digging even longer than that, probably.
That's true as well.
So John here is a member of our Eureka Treasure Hunters Club, He's actually our webmaster in the club,
That's
among
true.
other things. Yeah. And he's been a staple here at the club ever since I've been a member of it. How long you been a member, John, of Eureka?
I was thinking about that since 2007, 8-ish, I've been thinking.
Yeah.
So quite a while, not quite 20 years yet, but coming to close.
Yeah. Yeah, that's quite a long time. You've seen some changes in the club, I'm sure.
Oh yeah. But
Well-
there's still a lot of the old stalwarts are still around and still finding great finds on, I'll say too.
Yeah, the club's been around since 1974, so they just, they celebrated their 50th anniversary just recently, and it's pretty cool club. It keeps going, and the membership is growing, and we're getting some young people in there, right? Which is always good, some new blood.
And there's a wealth of knowledge in the club. You don't know until you actually start talking to somebody. It's like, wow.
Yeah.
Right.
Everybody has
And I
their
think
special-
that goes with you as well. We've known each other for quite a while, and not a lot of people know about the stories, the history that you have in terms of treasure hunting and metal detecting and gold prospecting and all those kind of different things. And I think this will be a fantastic opportunity to kind of get to know you a little bit better as well. Why don't you tell us a little bit about, kind of all the way from the beginning of your life, starting out and how you've gotten into these kind of things. Give us some juicy details here.
Yeah, I won't dwell too much on it, but so my family moved out to Denver in like 1973, and I'm just a young 12-year-old at the time, and of course we're thinking we're going to come to Colorado and have horses to go to school, right?
That was my wife's idea for our kids when we moved here in 2000. Like, I want them to be cowboys. I don't think it's going to happen.
Obviously that wasn't the case. But so my father came out here with a job. He was a controller with a mining company based out of New York called Texas Gulf Minerals and Metals. And so he came out for an accountant job. And so the family's always been around mining. And, we get to meet the geologists and all that. And, go figure, that's where my interest lied. From early on, I was into rocks and things. And so it was just natural, and the company was out here. They actually they got into a joint venture with the Cripple Creek and Victor mining company down in Cripple Creek, Colorado.
And for people that don't know what that is, John, that's a big deal.
Yeah,
it is. It used to be Newmont Mining just sold that to somebody else. I'm not sure who, but that was a big deal. In fact, the Newmont mine, or I should say the Cripple Creek and Victor gold mine, supplies all the gold for the Golden Dome of the Capitol in Colorado.
Yeah, they make all that gold leaf out of it, right?
That's right. So, and that mine is basically a gold telluride mine, which is important from the fact is there's not a lot of free gold there. They have to refine it.
Yeah.
And
I never knew what you meant by free gold until we talked the other night. So we'll get into that a little bit later.
Yeah, we can talk about that a little bit more. So anyway, and I got to go as a kid, in your middle school, you get to decide, what your profession's going to be. And I'm saying, geologist, and lo and behold, I get one of the company geologists to take me down in the mines down there. So that was super cool.
Wow.
And, anyway, so I guess you can say kind of gold's been, in my veins from that point of time. So always interested in mining, and I ended up getting a geology degree. Went to South Dakota School of Mines for a little while. Didn't graduate there, but so yeah, earth sciences was something I was interested in. I ended up getting a computer science degree also. How the mining booms and busts go. Sometimes you just got to go with the flow.
Yeah. Did you go into mining school with the goal of going to work in the mining industry?
I did. That was the original goal. Then the oil bust happened, and all the experienced geologists were bagging groceries at King Soopers. So what's a kid to do? he stays in school and get another degree.
Yeah.
Try a different route here. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
So that's cool though, is how you had the family interest. Like, what'd you think when you went into that mine for the first time? Like, were you just, well, it can be scary.
It wasn't really scary. I mean, it was, I'll say, I knew it was like, the geologist and his buddy were basically saying, it's like, well, we're going to leave you in this little dark area here where there's no lights. And because we're going to go down to another area of the mine where there's bad air could be. So they didn't want to risk me down there. So I'm like, okay, well, I'll wait for you guys. So I'm sitting for an hour in the dark. I mean, you guys have been in a cave or anything. You know what pitch black is. You can't see anything in front of your face.
Yeah.
So
dark as
but
dark.
it didn't turn me off, and it wasn't claustrophobic. So I guess it all worked out.
Oh yeah, good.
That's good.
That's good. It would have freaked me out. Tony, ever did a mine tour?
I have. I actually did it up in Silverton. We did the Georgetown Loop and went through up in Silverton. But John, you were talking about being in a like in a cave type of thing, and I've been to Cave of the Winds in Manitou Springs, and there's one part where they turn out the lights on the tour, and it is an eerie. You can't describe dark until you've been in a cave dark.
There is no photons down there.
No, it is very unique experience. So, very interesting experience for sure. Very dark.
Yeah, I did the Silverton too, and they did the same thing. They turned the lights off right in there on us, and they lit a candle. And the guy's like, "This is how the workers used to work, by candlelight, like back in the day. They'd have a can and a candle, and that's what they would work by." And it was like, holy cow! Even with the candle in there, it was dark. Yeah, it's pretty trippy. It's pretty cool. But
yeah,
I couldn't imagine working in that environment.
No.
So anyway, I got a job and ended up finishing my geology degree, and then just stayed in school and got a computer science degree. And my goal was to be the computer guy for all the geologists.
Oh,
okay.
So that got me into mapping, and I ended up getting a job with the Bureau of Indian Affairs of all places.
And, the Bureau of what?
Indian Affairs.
No kidding.
And so I've been to a few reservations installing, back in those days there were mini computers, but installing software on mini computers, and then they ended up doing programming and basically geographic information system mapping. They had projects, and there's a lot of foresters in the Bureau of Indian Affairs. The Indians need to manage their natural resources like everyone else.
Right.
Sure.
So,
right.
So they were big into computer mapping and stuff, and so I worked for the Bureau of Indian Affairs office that did that.
Hmm. And what kind of mapping is that? Basically just like GIS mapping, or is it more like assessor type property line mapping, or what?
It's more like you'd be managing, you'd have foresters go out there and they draw the extent, they use aerial photographs, they draw forests, and then you have like a what do I call it? A polygon that has, I'll say Douglas firs, and then another polygon of, oak trees or cottonwoods or something, so they can map the resources, they can assess it and see where they want to harvest. So they were big on forestry, but they also did other things with, environmental things, all kinds of varied uses, kind of general land use. And I basically wrote accessory programs for the Landsat Landsat thematic mapper satellites, where they're looking at different mineral spectra to detect minerals, and they look for ore deposits that way too.
Like gold?
Like gold?
Yeah, as I'm sitting here listening to your history, your education, and all that stuff,
Yeah.
I'm thinking like man, all that had to come in complete use later when you started getting
Right.
into treasure hunting and looking for minerals. And
Yeah, I followed that all the way.
we're going to
Yeah.
talk about some of that too. John and I, we did a little pre-interview yesterday, and we got all kinds of information to share with you. So stay tuned, because it's going to get pretty heavy. And think about it. Like, you got a geologist here that happens to come up in this sort of gold mining family type thing, and later on he becomes sort of a metal detectorist. Actually, what came first, John? Metal detecting or like rock hounding, gems, minerals, or whatever?
Rock hounding came first. I wanted a metal detector so badly when I was a kid in school delivering papers, and I never got enough money to buy a metal detector. But you'd look at the old treasure magazines that we can all see today, but I never had enough money for one, except after I got married, back in around 2000-ish. My wife encouraged me to go get a metal detector and says, like, go get a hobby. So
okay.
it was like a natural. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
You'll never see me again, but okay.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Well, good, man. Well, let's get into, so, you got your gold background and all that stuff. Now, when I first discovered you in the club, you were the only one coming up to me talking about detecting on or around gold mines, looking for actual nuggets. Because nuggets aren't big here in Colorado. Like, a lot of people think Colorado, big gold producing state, and it absolutely is and has been for decades, millennia, centuries basically. But you're not going to find nuggets in the creeks.
No, I mean, not to say it's not possible, but it's unlikely.
Yeah, maybe crevicing or something.
I mean, you might find a nice picker or something, but and part of it is the way the gold. I mean, everybody thinks of California is a nugget state. There's no doubt about that. And not to get too caught up in geology text, but there's a lot of orogenic gold deposits that were the quartz veins filling in fissures due to the mountain building and the subduction of the coast on the west, or the plate on the west coast. And that's why California has these bonanza type deposits with huge gold nuggets and things.
So they cheated is what you're saying.
They were more blessed than we were. But Colorado had is more of a intrusive Pluton related gold deposition model, where you have things that Cripple Creek is a volcano. I don't know if you guys knew that or not, but that's a volcanic area. And just think of, when you think of Cripple Creek, was once Yellowstone. And so there's also other in the mountains, a lot of the plutons. Colorado has more polymetallic deposits, like a lot of silver, copper, zinc, more so than like California.
Molybdenum.
Molybdenum, yes.
I can never say that one.
Yeah, the Henderson mine is near Leadville is molybdenum.
Yeah.
You
ever go metal detecting for molybdenum, Tony?
I have not.
Yeah.
And if I found it, I probably wouldn't even know what the heck it was.
Me neither. I just knew there was a mine.
Actually, I have some molybdenum sample. I don't believe it. I have to go look and check to see if you can pick that up with a metal detector.
I'm sure the Manticore would find it.
Sure.
You're what?
I'm sure the Manticore would find it.
Of course.
It's got a molybdenum setting on it, doesn't it? Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
They just call it M-Rock. I don't even know if molybdenum is a rock, but so okay. So anyway, you go ahead.
So not a lot of large nuggets in Colorado. In fact, the large nuggets that are found, like if you go to the Colorado Museum of Nature and Science, most of the nuggets they're showing are coming from, were found while they're digging the shafts and mines, and they have nice crystalline gold from and wires from Breckenridge and that sort of area. Now there are actually nuggets around Breckenridge that you can find.
Oh,
But
Mhm.
but
What are you
it's
doing
just
next
not a lot
weekend,
of
Tony?
what's
All right.
what would be the difference? You had mentioned pickers versus nuggets. Like, is there are they kind of synonymous
I'd say
terms,
a
or
picker is something under half a gram,
okay?
and nuggets are half a gram and above.
There
For
you go.
I'll say that's a loose definition. I don't actually know if there's
Yeah.
a formal.
Right.
And then in Australia, what do they call the ones that you have to use 2 people to lift?
I think they
Call those
Retirement.
jackpots retirement.
Yes. Like this is where did I have it? Just had these out the other day trying to sell them to the club. Like, this is a I don't know if you can see that. That's a 0.1 gram, 0.10 grams of gold right there, nugget.
0.10 grams. Okay.
That's from the Yukon. Let's see, what do I have for scale here? Here's
Now, did you find that?
I did not. I bought this. This is a pen here, so that's
Yeah.
how big.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
And is that a picker or a nugget?
That's a picker.
Perfect.
That's a
Picker.
picker.
We're going for nuggets. We're looking for nuggets.
Well, actually, I don't. With the price of gold, pickers are good.
Sure.
Yeah, you have to throw a picker back. Okay, come on.
I don't know. Ken, do you pick up $20 bills? I do.
Oh man, like, hey, 5 pickers are a nugget. That's what I'm saying. 10 nuggets is a trip to England. That's all I'm saying.
It's talking to a lot of people. All gold is good gold.
All goes good.
Ooh, that's a good motto right there.
Yep. So when you and I started talking at the club, you were like, "Hey, yeah, Ken, I need to get you up on some of these gold mines that, I got permissions to go to and check it out and see if we can find some gold nuggets." And I'm thinking, like, because I'd only prospected in the creeks and rivers and only very recreationally, with my son for something, and Tony and his son and stuff. And we and it was it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of work. It's all day long of shoveling heavy rock. But you were talking about possibly finding nuggets in what I was calling tailing piles, or sort of the leftover debris from them actually doing the gold mining process. I think you had corrected me and shown me a picture of the difference between a gold dump and a gold tailing pile.
Right, a mining dump versus mine tailings. So the difference between, a mining dump is basically when they're blasting a shaft into the mountain and they get all the rock out, then they visually sort it for, okay, this is ore versus this is not ore. And they throw the not ore stuff, or in other words, the junk, on the dump. And as they basically have a little tram and they push it out, and as they go into the mountain, it gets long and deep, like you've seen on these mining dumps.
Yeah.
A tailings pile is ore that has been crushed, and then the gold and other valuable minerals have been separated out, and then the leftover, they call it gang material, but basically crushed up sand or whatever they pushed, that is very fine grain, and those are tailings piles. Like if you were go to the Argo Mill in Central City, or actually it's more Idaho Springs, those are all mill tailings. So that's been treated.
So that's where they've processed raw materials, kind of concentrated materials, to kind of try to process it out to find.
Right. They pull the ore, the ore values out of the rock, and then it's the leftover crushings, basically.
Right, gotcha. Yeah. Would it be more like a exploratory versus processed? Like you
Yeah.
said, they're
Well,
pulling it out and going, okay, this isn't really what we're looking for. That's what we thought were tailing piles
right. No, those are ore dumps.
or dumps. Yeah,
Or
sure.
sorry, I said
Okay.
ore dumps. I meant mining dumps.
What are we
Right.
looking at
That
here?
is what we're
This
looking
is
at
a
right. That is
Yeah.
what we're looking at right there on that screen.
Okay.
That is a mine dump.
So where are you looking for nuggets at? In tailing piles or mine dumps?
Mine dumps.
Mine
There you
dumps.
go.
Because the
Okay.
tailings piles, you'll get nothing. If you're looking down,
Yeah.
what I'll say is you're not going to find any big gold outside of a tailings pile outside of a mill. I'm not going to say you won't find gold out of a mill, because if you pan the rivers down south of the Argo Gold Mill off of Clear Creek, you can get very fine gold in your pan. And
Yeah,
I've done that.
right.
Sure.
Um,
Sure.
But places like these dumps, these are sort of the original casting offs of the original mining effort, that they would then take whatever they processed out of this initial mining effort, and they would take it away to a processing company, processing facility.
right. Right.
they-
So go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, and so would they ever treat these dump sites? Like, would they ever reprocess them? I know up in the mountains, there's a lot of these sites like this, hundreds and hundreds,
Yeah.
if not
Oh, yeah.
thousands of them.
All over.
And they're trying to figure out what to do with them. And the one owner that Tony and I met that owns, I think 82 patent claims, he's saying that he thinks he's going to try to reprocess them all.
Right. Go back through them again. And what was the return rate on? Was it 40% or
Ridiculously.
something like that?
Yeah.
Yes. And you would be correct. Yes, that is what you want to reprocess. That is what the Cripple Creek and Victor Gold Mining Company did. They trucked all these mine dump tailings. It is, even I use a synonymous, sorry, but this mine dump material, they put it in a big pad, and underneath the pad, they lay down all this basically plastic, very thick plastic, and then they set up a sprinkler system with cyanide and spray those dumps for a year. And all the cyanide solution leaches the gold out of those rocks, and then they collect it. And the solution they collect is called a pregnant solution because it's got gold in it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they then refine that. They get the gold, precipitate the gold out, and then refine it.
Mm.
So the guys you were talking to, they got the right idea.
Yeah.
That would be profitable.
We were way off then, because we were on top of these, rocks that are probably the size of your head, calling those tailing piles. That was stuff that, and it was right near the mine. And we just were way off in terms of our terminology or understanding exactly how a mine operates and works.
We were calling it iron with a bunch of dirt around it.
That is also true. There's a lot of iron with gold deposits. Not always, but very frequently.
Well, not just that, but boy, trash, they would throw all the scrap iron and, tin roof of these shacks and break down these tin shacks, and all that's in all that dump stuff too. You know what I mean? So how do you pick a spot, John? Like, not just, we'll get to the research in a minute, but on that mine dump picture I just showed, where within that mountain would you think gold's heavy, even though it's mixed in with a lot of rocks and other minerals there. Would it be at the bottom?
No. So as it goes, as they go deeper, the farther out the dump goes, let's just say it's going straight out, the deeper in the mountain they are. And so usually they're following a vein. In the beginning, they don't really, they might have a vein, they may not, they might be looking to intersect with one that they've seen. Generally speaking, I'd say farther out on the dump, you'd be better off. And sometimes it's just, so what these guys did is when they're in the vein, there's good material and bad material in terms of there's ore and not ore. If they can't see any ore in the sample, they toss it. And as you know, you don't always show the gold that's in the rock. So, and that's what I'm looking for, which is the stuff that is good. They thought it was bad and they threw it out.
Right.
Because they couldn't see it, and they don't have time to heft it and see if, it's, mass production. So they were doing it fast. And plus a lot of these guys worked at night. They worked 24 hours a day. I wouldn't be surprised if, the other thing you try to look for is you could get lucky because, if you're one of those, I don't know what they call them, the ore cart operator, you might send a good ore cart, an actual ore cart to the dump, as opposed to the ore bin. So, it could happen at night. No, and whoops. I'm just telling you, are you guys going to tell your bosses like, yeah, I sent a bunch of ore to the bad pile? Yeah. I'm not telling them.
Nope. I'm just going to keep on working, man.
Keep on working.
Now, what did they call those guys? What did they call it? I'd heard stories about guys taking some ore that looked like it had a lot of gold content to it and maybe putting it over by their lunchbox or putting it to the side. They called that something. Do you remember?
They're high graders. They were high graders.
High graders, correct. They would, take the high grade stuff and maybe put a little bit for you and a little bit for me. High graders.
And then the mine owners know that's happening, and then they start weighing everybody going in and out.
Wow.
Yeah, I thought you were going to call them thieves. That's probably
that was the nickname for them. Thieves. Thieves.
They were independent contractors, I believe. Yes.
There you go.
There you go. Well, I mean, it's exciting. Like, I'd always wanted to try it because we have so much of it here in Colorado in the mountains and stuff. And how'd you first get into it? Like, weren't you telling me like you hooked up with some people from the club that were heading up and kind of you were like, yeah, I know a lot about gold and minerals.
No, I was wanting to talk to some people in the club. I mean, obviously I have a geology background, but these guys were going up to a place and I go like, well, where are you guys going? And it's like, I don't want your exact spot, but like, how are you getting there? And they wouldn't tell us one thing. So, and it's like,
you're kidding me.
I know they wouldn't share anything about their favorite spot.
Darn it.
It's kind of like at Eureka where they says like, where did you find it? And somebody says on the Eastern Plains.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's about as much as I got. So it's like, okay, I see the picture here. So I went to the mine. That's when I started the research because, some of these guys are going to places that, aren't maybe primarily gold producing. And you're like, well, why are they going there?
Sure.
So that's when you go to the USGS and you start looking for pictures of a mining district, or sorry, not pictures, but books that the USGS has published on these mining districts. And there you get detailed information about what mines produced gold, how much gold they produced, what type of gold it was there silver around it. And this is where we were talking, Ken, about natives. When you're looking through these documents, you want to look for like the words like native silver or native gold.
Oh yeah, everyone be sure to start writing this stuff down.
Yep. Now we're getting into
the secrets, the super secrets. That if you find a big hit somewhere, just remember who sent you there. Relics Radio. Relics Radio. And John Lambe, of course.
Right.
But yes,
there a finder's fee, Ken?
There is a finder's fee, at least 25% on the first ton, and then after that we'll start backing off a bit. But so yeah, you were talking about native gold. You'll start seeing on some of these reports and surveys and other things that they've done. They have that posted on the USGS, John?
Is what?
They have that all posted on the USGS site?
Those are in the USGS professional papers and bulletins.
Ah. So you got to take it a step further.
This here, if you looked up at the top, it's a professional paper for this particular one on Central City District.
Wow.
So if you look in there, you'll be looking for occurrences of the word native gold or free gold, because the whole idea of is, I mean, there's a lot of gold that can be tied up with in pyrite, or silvers in galena. The thing is, you're looking for obviously gold that is elemental. So free gold, native gold is another good thing to search for. And you associate that with, if they mention a mine and that, then you know that gold, that kind of gold was produced at the mine.
Gotcha. So there's a good chance that it had been thrown out. Like they look at a piece of quartz, they don't see anything, they throw it. But the other side of the quartz has a big old vein running through it, something like that. And it's free. You're telling me it's free, so I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go look for it. I mean, it's
different
free.
Kind of free.
Oh, I got
you. Elementally free.
Oh, okay, I get it. Well, that's kind of cool. I know Tony and I, when we're out digging, see a nice big piece of quartz. Like sometimes some of these sites have some beautiful quartz pieces on them, and we're always looking at them like, hey, who knows, maybe they made it out this far.
Right, and you're right to look in the quartz. I mean, there is the gold and the quartz go together. I'm not saying all the time, but predominantly.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I'll show a picture here real quick. Here we go.
The finger. Oh,
yeah, look at that. That's some nice gold, and it looks like to be in quartz.
Ooh, yeah. Yes.
That's pretty cool.
Wow.
Is that one you found, or is that one you got
through?
That is
one I found, and that was one I found with a whites. I think that was my first gold with the V3.
Oh, the V3.
Wow. Which is an old machine now.
It sure is.
Yeah.
And that was not operating at the kilohertz levels that we have today with today's machines.
Yeah.
Right. They're really up there these days.
So, and I'm sure all your listeners know that higher kilohertz is better for low conductor gold.
Yep, and they're getting higher and higher on some of their offerings.
I know.
Pretty crazy. Like I remember when I first got into detecting, I wanted a gold bug 2. That seemed like, because I wanted it for looking for gold, not knowing anything. I just knew the gold bug 2 was it, and I think it was like 70 kilohertz or something. It was just what everybody used. And so I just couldn't afford it back then. It was like $750. And I'm like, I'm not going to pay that much money for a hobby that I'm just don't know if I'm going to like or not, But it's still a good machine from what I understand.
Oh, absolutely. I think it's like 70 kilohertz.
Yeah. It is. Yep. And that's plenty. But pretty cool. So you're looking for that information, free gold, native gold.
In the USGS bulletins and professional papers. You can also find good documentation from some state geological surveys as well. They'll give you listings of mines and things, and sometimes they'll have write-ups on it. But usually, predominantly back in the day, we're looking 1880s, 90s kind of mining times.
That's when it was really booming.
The USGS was doing, they pretty much did bulletins and papers on all the Western mining districts.
Right.
In Utah, Idaho, all over.
Right. So if you're in any of those states, Arizona, Idaho, Utah, look for that in your state. Look to see if you can find, mining papers, mining journals, mining publications, especially if it's a state ran thing. And that's how you can start doing your research. That's some great bit of information.
And when the government's not shut down, you can go download the PDF right off the government websites.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can get the full PDFs. You don't even have to buy them.
That's cool. That's really cool. Better yet, goes right along with that free gold.
Free gold, free PDF.
Free gold. So I guess at one point you started going up in the mountains, right?
Yeah. Me and a buddy, I did enough research that we found some places to go go hunting. We went up probably, it was one summer around 2008, and we must have went like 8 weekends in a row and found nothing. It's kind of going like, I don't know if this is going to work. I guess I'm all wrong. But then, so we went to one mine where I knew they had produced a lot of, they had bonanza type deposits. And we were in the middle of a road. And Ken, you mentioned earlier about like in these mining areas, in the mine dumps, they throw all kinds of like trash and there's iron everywhere.
Yeah.
Square nails, you name it. And so we had the bright idea of, hey, well, let's get the iron out of here before we even try to detect.
Well, how do you get iron out? You just get down your hands and knees, start picking it out, or what?
Yeah, well, I didn't have that much time. But so we got one of those sweeper magnets.
What's that?
Basically a magnet that's got a long bar on the, basically a telescoping handle with a long bar magnet on the bottom.
Let me see. I might have a picture. I mean, it looks like this.
That's it.
Oh, hey.
So oh, wow. So that'll pick up all kinds of fine iron, even large chunks of iron.
Yeah. So I'll tell your listeners one thing. The worst thing, I mean, yeah, we all know nails and all that kind of stuff is bad. The worst iron is the old rusted out sheet metal from the roofing.
Oh yeah.
Those are little tiny rust particles all over, and I'll tell you what, they sound great on a detector. and even though they're iron, they do not read iron. And you could chase one of those particles around on a mine dump for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, I think we've done that, Tony. Right up at some of the.
Oh yeah.
Some of the
you
mining
think you're on
areas
something good. I mean, it sounds phenomenal.
Yeah.
And then after like 2 or 3 of them, you're like, okay, this sucks. It's just it's just flashing everywhere.
Exactly. So anyway, we first day out, we took our sweeper out, and I ran an area, a big square, I don't know, about 50 by 50, and then I started detecting it. I got a nice non-ferrous signal, and I think Ken, if you could pick up that one picture with the finger and the dime.
Yeah. If I have that. I don't know if I have the one with the dime. Let me see. No, I don't get that one with the dime. I don't know if you sent me that one. I got one with the finger.
Okay, well, it's the same thing. That's what we're trying to show.
Yeah. Yeah. So you got a hit on that. Let me go ahead and bring that
we
up.
did.
Okay. That's pretty cool. Here we go. Share screen, window, bang. So this is the one where it's along with a bunch of other stuff. So the finger one you're talking about is right here.
Yes.
Okay. So that's the finger. So you got a hit on that. On that road, on the road?
On the road.
After you swept it with the magnet.
After sweeping with the magnet. So
wow.
Look at that, man. It's beautiful.
And so that's crystallized gold right there. So that's like, how it was in the vein.
Sure.
Yeah.
And
beautiful.
And I can tell you the only way we would have found that is if we pulled the iron out first.
Yeah. Obviously, yeah.
Oh man, I gotta check out the iron magnet. That's pretty good. I was even reading on that thing. It has a 16-pound pull weight. That's a pretty good amount of iron to be able to pick up and get out of the way.
Yeah, I mean, you put it in a pile on the side and
is brass magnetic?
What? Brass?
Is
no.
brass? Okay.
It is not.
Because I was thinking like a firing range, using it out at the firing range and picking up all your brass after you shoot.
That would be wonderful, I'm sure, but no go on that.
Not going to work.
Not going to work.
Dang it.
So the other trash that you find out there is, in addition to the iron, we found coke. You guys know coke from all the English guys, right?
Sure.
Yes,
So I
absolutely.
think so I created this little, when I was doing my hunting up there, I got all these little, basically ghost town targets that I can go test my detector on when I'm setting up for different programs.
Oh, no kidding.
Let's see, coke
Cool.
is right. This is coke right there.
Let's put it up there. You go.
Just a dark rock, pretty light. Sounds like gold.
What is it, Mr. Geologist? What is coke?
Coke is basically, it's called coking coal. So it's basically
Not Pepsi, Coke.
a pre-fired coal, I think is the best description I have for it. So they use it in metallurgy and I think coking coal. I think a lot of horseshoers, and blacksmiths would use it.
Blacksmiths, yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah, big coke ovens and things like that, right? It's
Yes.
Exactly.
Mm. You find a lot of that up there. I don't recall ever finding a lot of that. Yeah, Bill says they call them hot rocks.
Yeah, they are hot rocks.
Right.
And unfortunately, the only thing you can do is dig it. I mean, I think if you dig enough of it, you realize that there's a signal a certain range that, like, okay, this is probably coke. And if you find, but I think it's not spread out all over. I think you just find it in areas. So if you find a place where it's at, you kind of move off that place and go somewhere else.
Mm.
They're not really appreciated by detectorists here. Copper Joe says he hates them hot rocks. So,
Yeah.
nobody likes hot rocks.
Anything that can trick you, man. I always get burned by lead. Just can't lay off of it. You know what I mean? Like camp lead, little tiny pieces of, melted lead for whatever reason. Even in some of these home sites out near the barn, there would be melted lead, just little chunks, but boy, they sure sound good. Man, slag, yeah. Especially if they're rounded in any way, they really sound good. Oh, that's yeah. I mean, the tin up there. I mean, it's crazy. So getting through all that junk before you start detecting, it's smart, man. And would you say that of all your successful times where you've actually found stuff, you've always magnet swept first, or 50-50, or only if it made sense?
Hard to say. Maybe 50-50. The larger pieces that, like rocks that I found, I wouldn't have magnet swept those. So I found a rock, basically any rock that went off, I kept it. Now, some of them have minerals in it that, there were some that you could see, maybe there's some little gold in it. There's others that I have that I think was actually a silver mineral called acanthite. Although I'm still trying to identify it, to be honest with you, sounds great. And it's associated with galena, which is a silver sulfide ore. So the larger pieces, we didn't magnet sweep, but for the fine grained, stuff on the dump that's not large, I would magnet sweep.
So let's talk about technique, right? So I'm picturing myself out there with you. We're on the side of this, not tailing pile, but mine dump. We're at the top, we're at the bottom, we're next to it, wherever we're at. Do you start pulling material out, digging in to pull up to get deep into it, and then only detect into the deep part and not so much what you just pulled out? Or how would you target? How would John Lambe, you're approaching a brand new dump. Hey, Ken, okay, let's go and start where on the dump?
So first off, I'd probably do a perimeter. I'd run my detector over some of the nicer looking rocks that look like they had either pyrite or other. You can tell that they're sort of hydrothermally altered. They have a lot of that iron in it and stuff. I'd run my detector over that just to see if you can get a hit. But once I'd kind of gone over that part of the dump with the larger material, then I'd probably dig in a place, and then you're hoping to hit a place where they threw some of the non-visible gold samples out,
Yeah.
And that's where you do and when you're doing that, then you do the iron sweep so that you're not chasing rust.
Yeah. What machine are you using for this, and what would be your ideal machine to do something?
Today I'd be using the Deus 1 or Deus 2, because those have high frequency coils on them.
Sure.
Even the base Deus Deus 1 has some high frequency coils, and frequencies get up. So the gold that you were shown there, those were found with a White's MXT and a V3, White's V3. And those are at top out at 22 megahertz. Sorry, 22 kilohertz.
Oh, okay.
How much? 22? Oh, wow. That's not very much.
Wow, that's definitely lower than I expected.
When we these lot of times these mine dumps are in the mountains, they're in private property owned by the mining companies. Sometimes they're disclaimed. Besides the USGS, let's say you go to the USGS and you find we'll call it a targeted X marks the spot mine dump that you want to go try to go find and see. How would you even go about doing that? Like, are they always marked on maps? Like, how do you find out who the owners would be? Or
so you can do so I think there's that one map of Central City District where I think you can actually it has a map of the mines and the names on it, Ken.
That you sent me?
I think so.
You'd only sent me like 6, 7, 8 pictures here.
Only 6 or 7 or 8.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
There's a map.
7, 8. Yeah, I'm looking. This is so there's maps that actually show them the old map you sent me?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm looking at a folder of maps and it's not coming up. Like the images aren't actually coming up. So you can go out. I know, like, have you ever gone to My Land Matters?
Yes, I have been there.
Yeah. Great website.
Yeah. I know you can go there and look for mining.
If you do, NRDS, I think, is also another website that is run by is it BLM or is it Bureau of Mines? I can't remember. Where you can actually find you can go, if you can locate the mine, you can go to the county and actually find out who owns the surface there. And then also, there's a difference between patented mining claims and unpatented, right?
You should explain that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So unpatented mining claims is where basically someone has found some minerals that they would like they're interesting to them and they want to have a claim and be able to produce those minerals. And the government will allow you to have access to the minerals on that land. And they will give you access to the surface to get them. But you don't own the surface. Now, patented mining claims are where people, and this is usually happening back in the 1880s and 90s, where people that had a mining claim stayed there long enough, and basically the government gave them the title to the surface and the minerals.
Sure.
So they are basically owners of everything.
But there can be a difference between a landowner and a claim owner. Those are actually two different things. So
That is true.
yeah.
Can it be dangerous up there hunting around these mines?
Yes. Generally, when I was a kid, used to walk around a lot of dumps. All the geologists say, and they were right, do not walk in any depressions, because that could be a shaft that has all the rocks that have fallen in on it. It hasn't fully, all the rocks haven't fell down all the way to the bottom, but it could if you put any weight on it. So that's, you always hear about the kids that are playing around on the mine dumps, and the kids got stuck in the mine,
Right?
Because there's a cave in, basically.
We've seen quite a few of those up in the mountains. When Ken and I have been up there, we've seen quite a few of those depressions.
Yes.
Are those kind of more like exploratory type of things, initial digs to try and see if there's anything there, and they move on to another spot?
They could be that, or they could be an actual shaft a vertical shaft that they dug to go down there, and it just caved in, and all the mine frame the framing for the head frame and all that is already gone.
Gotcha.
So it's
very
just
interesting.
Dangerous not to walk around in there.
Yeah. Can
I
imagine.
Can see why.
Go with a buddy system. Don't go alone.
Yeah, I'm a full believer in the buddy system. I would never go up there without a partner.
Good tip.
And the shafts, I don't go in the shafts either, because they used to timber them to keep it from caving in, because when you pull the rock out, the earth wants to fill that back in. So they put timbers in there to take care of the pressure, but those timbers can rot, and if you're going in there, 100 years later, you might kick something or whatever, and timber goes, and then you're done.
Breathe on it wrong and it falls.
And there's also chances if you go on those horizontal shafts that you can get bad air too.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about some of these things you found, John.
There we go. Finds.
Let's talk
Eye
about
candy.
Yeah. Let's talk about this one first. Let me share this up with you. I think I would know how to do it by now, but here we go. Let's talk about this one. All right. So this is sort of an image. I guess this is some type of display.
Right, of the area that I found these particular gold specimens in.
Yeah.
Those are the old, obviously, pictures of when it was the mines were a going concern. Well, that's all rubble now. I mean, actually, none of those buildings are even standing.
Wow.
So there's another picture of that gold finger I found in the middle of the road.
Yeah,
that's so cool.
And that's gold on quartz. The one to the right is the gold plates and film on. There's some quartz there, and also some sphalerite, which is a zinc sulfide.
So you find a lot of natural and free gold, or native and free gold. It's always usually contained within some other type of mineral or some other type of rock system.
Yeah, the one on the left is all on sphalerite. You can see there's no quartz there.
Right. Sphalerite is just another rock?
It's a zinc sulfide. It's another mineral.
Yeah, zinc sulfide. Yeah, cool. Very, very rarely do you actually just find a full on gold only nugget, I would think.
Correct. The closest I've found was that one that was the finger.
That is a beautiful piece.
Let me show you this one, this gold specimens picture you sent over that we showed earlier. So start at the top and work your way down and tell us what we're looking at here.
Okay, so
zoom in a little bit on that. Yeah, there we go. Nice.
I guess the way to describe these is these are basically gold on quartz specimens, all of them, and these are all cabochons that were cut by a friend of ours who's a geologist, and he's also, I guess, he cuts rocks, and I'm forgetting the term here, but he makes cabochons and sells them.
What are cabochons? Just sort of fancy word for
a spherical, like a dome or elongated shape of any gem or mineral.
Gotcha. But he's not putting this in a rock tumbler.
These are not rock tumble. Those are cut and polished.
Wow.
Now the ones on the bottom obviously are not. That's another picture on the left of the gold on sphalerite, and then the gold on quartz finger there, and gold on quartz and sphalerite on the right.
Yeah. And then you also have this picture here that shows some more of those, maybe in a different these here.
Yeah, those are the same. I think it's just it might be a couple different more smaller specimens, but they're all the same, and that's a bad picture too.
Yeah, but it's still pretty cool, man, that you can actually turn. You did the research, you went out here, you did all that researching, you went up on this mountain, the middle of nowhere, on the side of this mountain, in this massive dump that professionals back in the day have already gone through, and you're finding stuff. You know what I mean?
Right.
And you're able to turn it into something like this, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, this is their missed gold.
This is what?
Their missed gold that they missed.
Oh, mist gold. Yeah. I'm like, now you haven't talked to us about mist gold.
Yeah.
That's because it's faint, like a mist, like yeah, mist gold. Gotcha.
Do you have the picture, Ken, of the one where we have actually the slabs of golden quartz and the outlines of the stones?
Yeah, we get to that story. That's a great story. I'm gonna tell this one. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so what are we looking at here?
So this is the before pictures of the before those cabochons that we saw in those previous pictures were cut. This is the our stone cutter guy making the picking outlining stones, and you can see he's got a couple squares there.
Wow.
We're doing some rectangular ones. There's some triangular ones there. There's an oval, and I think the circular one.
Yeah, this is cool. I mean, it's pretty interesting how they do that, and I could see how they do that. They're like, oh yeah, this is going to make a good art piece, let's say, if that's what you want to call them. But you told me a story about this that I thought was really cool, because I asked you last night, I'm like, well, what are you doing with all this gold that you've found, right?
Well, right, and see, this is 2 years after I'd found these specimens. This is basically in 2011, 2010, 11. And so I have these rocks laying around the house, and it's like, what am I going to do with them? I mean, yeah, it's gold, and yeah, it's a rock, and it's in a drawer, and okay, great. As much as I would like to go look at the rock every day, it's kind of like, okay, this isn't going to work.
But as you're looking at it, the value of it is going to be more in a decorative piece versus the actual gold content. Is that why you would have this done on these types of specimens and stuff?
I mean, we could have made specimens that would be, you could show, where we've all seen specimens where the gold like loops around a piece of rock and it's kind of sticking out. We could have done that with that.
Right.
But for me, I wanted to be able to appreciate it. And my wife and I were having our 10th wedding anniversary. And I thought it would be great for us to have golden quartz rings from Colorado.
Oh, wow.
So we contacted the stone cutter buddy of ours to go cut the stones for us to do his and hers anniversary rings.
Wow.
And so pay attention to that picture just before, and picture the shapes he had outlined there, and then check this out. All right. Tell us about this, John.
Okay, so we went to the jeweler that we had the original wedding rings made from. We went to him to have these rings specially made, custom. So these are the cabochons. The square one is the man's ring, and the more rectangular one is the woman's, my wife's ring. And we had them set it in 14 karat white gold without the rhodium finish, just a regular white gold finish, and with a hammered finish on the gold. It sort of looks brushed here, but the effect was trying to be like aspen bark.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
Sure, absolutely.
So
wow,
look how beautiful that is.
Yeah, we have those. We wear those rings on special occasions, and tonight's a special occasion, and I'm wearing the ring.
Oh, there you go. Look at that.
Hold on, let me get rid of this. Tony, you want to blow that up?
Okay.
Yeah.
Look at, let's see it.
That. And you must get all kinds of questions about that ring, and you're just like, "Yep."
Occasionally, it's a ring. I mean, it certainly has a story, right? So, if we have friends and stuff, or people's like, "Hey, look at the rings that we got made."
Yeah. Well,
cool.
Here's another story I want you to get into. Let me share this thing. So you've seen a couple of these pictures already, but let's talk about this. When you go up to these mining towns, mining claims, people lived up there. They lived up real close by. They had buildings there. They had all kinds of stuff. And sometimes you find relics, right? I'm sure you have found relics up there while looking for gold and cool relics, forks. Tony and I were up there with this filming crew one time, and we were searching all over. We couldn't find anything. And the mine owner, who's this guy we know, who we want to kind of get hooked up with you, John. Yeah. He, his grandson came up to see who these two guys were hanging out with his grandpa. And he walks out and he brings back this really cool, like 1800s fork, like two-tine, old-fashioned kind of fork right out of the woods. And we're like, you didn't even have a metal detector. How'd you find that? And he goes, it was right on the surface over there. So yeah. There's living stuff all around. And I want you to tell this story about this coin right here.
So, again, being a member of the Eureka Club, around 2008 timeframe, we met a guy at the Rush to the Rockies in 2008.
There you go.
And we hit it off, and we were telling him that we were finding some gold in Colorado in the mountains. And he says, like, hey, I want to go with you guys. I was like, okay, well, we'll take you, And this guy's an ex-Navy SEAL. I mean, awesome guy. Ben was his name. And so we took him up. Ron wasn't able to make it, but I took him up to the sites where we were finding the gold. And I wanted to show him how to find the specimens we're talking about. It's like, well, I'm not really interested in that. He wanted to go hunt around all the buildings. So it's like, okay, sure, Ben. And he says, like, I really want to. So there's this, like, on this site, there's this, like, I'll say it's kind of like for back in the day, a top end outhouse. It's like, it was a two-holer. It was like definitely like a manager's outhouse.
You're right.
And because it was pretty well put together. And he says, like, I want to go hunt in there. And I'm like, man, there's been bottle diggers up here for years. And, I'm sure that's been hunted out like 100 times. No, I want to go look. Okay, Ben, fine. So I left him there to go hunt in this outhouse. And I go up, make my, I'm doing the rounds and, just taking my transect and coming back. So I swing back about an hour later.
Wow.
And I don't see Ben anywhere. I'm like, uh-oh, what's going on? I look at the outhouse. I don't see him. I'm starting to get worried. And I go, okay, I got to go in there and check. Because I don't know if, board could have hit him or who knows what. So I go in there and I stick my head in there and look. And then he bends in there and he grabs me by the shirt and says, like, are we friends, John? It's like,
did he pop out of one of the holes?
He did. It was really serious. And we're like, John, are we friends? It's like, yeah, we're friends, Ben. It's like, no, are we really friends? It's like,
Oh,
okay,
Uh-oh.
I get it. I'm like, okay, yes, Ben. And at this point, I know something's up. It's like, this is odd
Yeah.
behavior.
Yeah.
And then he's like, hold out your hand. So I hold out my hand and he drops 2 gold coins in it.
Oh
And
my
I go,
gosh.
oh my God. So one of the coins was that $1 coin right there. Another one was a $5 gold coin.
Wow.
And I'm going like,
Amazing.
oh my God, I can't believe you found something in there. And so then I asked him, how far was it down? And he says, like, oh, about 3 or 4 inches. I was like, seriously?
Wow.
Wondering like, well, how the heck are those still there? And I figured out, I had him tell me how he was doing his hunting in there. So he moved everything in that outhouse, including the holes with the little thing that comes out with the holes in it. And he moved the boards around and everything. So I guess the best we can determine what happened is those gold coins were in the cracks of the little place where you would put where the holes were, and he moved it around and those gold coins dropped to the ground so that he could find them.
Wow.
Makes complete sense if that's actually what happened, right? Like
exactly. And it's kind of like, because I don't know what the other explanation would be.
Right. For
And
them
it's
to
like,
be that shallow.
Oh yeah, exactly, to be that shallow. And like I said,
Yeah.
I'm sure that thing was dug out many a time.
Yeah.
Well,
So,
you took him up
anyway.
there to find gold. He found gold.
He did. He's awesome.
Jeez.
I mean, and so the best part was, or it was magnanimous of him. He gave me the $1 gold coin to keep.
Oh,
So that was
incredible.
Awesome.
Yeah.
He's
So
an awesome
of
guy.
course you're friends now. Of course you're friends.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yes, we are.
You are friends. You are
You are
friends.
friends.
He wanted to make sure before he let you in on the
But
gold
the
coin.
thing is he was dead set that he knew that
Yeah.
he could find something in that outhouse, and he did.
Good for him.
I mean,
That's incredible.
Because I was like, I'm scoffing, like, you're not going to find anything in there. But
Right.
I mean, here's the thing: don't ever doubt. I mean, if you have a hint or
Yeah.
Well,
hunch that you need to go in there,
Yeah.
then go.
listen, if everyone in our chat was on camera right now and I said, raise your hand if you've ever gone digging in an outhouse or either bottles or for relics or for some, everyone's going to raise their hand. So if you don't know it now from listening here to Relics Radio. Bang on those wooden slats on the base of the whole platform. Bang on those things, move them around.
Absolutely.
Because you just never know. You just never know.
Phew.
Could be gold coins in there, man.
So
That's a
Ron
great story.
and I went back the next weekend afterwards, because how could we not? Because like, I don't know if we
Right,
got
yeah.
everything out of there. And we dug it, we didn't find anything, but it's kind of like, how could we not go back?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Wow.
That is amazing.
So,
That's a great story.
He is a master hunter, let me tell you.
Yeah. Some people just got it, you know?
Yeah. Have you had any interesting either wildlife run-ins or scary situations, near misses up there?
No, not really.
No. Except for almost having a heart attack when your friend pulled out 2 gold coins out of the outhouse.
It's right. Well, especially when I'm going there thinking if something's hurt or falling,
Yeah.
falling down in the
Or-
outhouse, we're like, oh my God, what's going
Found
on?
a human skull or something inside. Are we friends? I got to show you something. Are we friends?
Yeah.
You know?
Right. So how did you bring this up to your fellow members in Eureka? Like when you guys came back, did you do find of the month and be like, we found gold coins or Ben found gold coins?
I did not claim the find. I did not, since I did not find
Right.
the gold coin, I could not legitimately claim I found a gold coin.
Right. But did you
All right.
tell Eureka
I
about
did
it?
tell the story. I did tell the story.
Somewhere on the West Slope, somewhere.
Right, exactly.
Right. All good stories start like that. So I was somewhere in Colorado and I found
In the mountains.
this
Yeah, there you go,
gold
now.
Spanish shield from the Spanish expeditions. Oh man. Well, I can't wait to go. I can't wait to go up. You got me excited about it. And
Yeah.
now not all states are gold producing, right? Once you get further east, things start petering out a bit. I mean, I know I've heard Georgia, I think, has some gold. I don't know about
Georgia
some of the other
does, the
states.
Carolinas do. A lot of the Georgia does. Maybe I already mentioned that. Because a lot of the original gold finders, like the Russell Party in Colorado, they came from Georgia.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's why they
did.
named Auraria Auraria.
Yeah.
And so what I will tell you, now this is something I need to get going on myself, is so for your other listeners, is like, obviously finding gold in streams is hard in Colorado, but the places I would try would be where dredges have gone through, because they're dragging up all the gold from the bottom.
Sure.
And those guys, they didn't get it all either.
Yeah.
Again, you still have the issue of whether you can get on the property or not, but those are legitimate places to go as well.
Downstream from the dredge.
I've also heard, I'm told by a lot of people that there's nothing left in Ohio too, gold wise. Everybody always says that.
There's no relics, there's no coins.
There's no relics,
and there's no gold in Ohio.
Stay out of Ohio.
No one even go there. I mean, we hear it from tons of people in Ohio that there's just nothing there. So please stay away from Ohio.
And there's no Confederate gold there either.
No.
Oh, there you go. Great Lakes, huh?
Yeah, I've heard that too. I don't know, man. Ohio just sounds like a boring place.
Yeah, I would never go there. We do have a couple questions. I know we've got a couple minutes left here, but there's a couple questions that came in on the chat. One more of a statement. Robert Thompson says, I've been panning Menard's place stand at home, a few flakes in there. Have you ever heard of people doing that as well? The Home Depot place sand and stuff like that, and you find gold in it?
I've heard it. I haven't experienced or tried it myself.
It's kind of cheating. It's not really part of the, the whole expedition adventure experience, other than going to Menards or Home Depot and going through the checkout. So
got it in a kiddie pool in the backyard, and you're just practicing your panning a lot.
Well, I do know there's a big business in pay dirt where a lot of people like to buy pay dirts from different areas.
Yep, we got a good local guy that actually sells it. Clash.
Yes.
Check out Clash. What does he call it? He calls some of them Clash's crumbs.
Yep.
That's one of the descriptions he has. And yeah, he'll actually seed it with gold. And it's more of just a fun thing to do to see if you can pan it out. I remember a while ago, you remember M.A. Lyman, Mike Lyman?
Yep. Mike?
Yeah, he got a bunch of pay dirt, and we were doing an auction. He was raising money for somebody in the community, I forget, and everyone was calling up, donating items, and then people would bid on them. And I ended up getting a bunch of pay dirt from Mike that Mike had, and I panned it out, and I found a bunch of little flakes and put them in a little vial. Matter of fact, I still have some of that I haven't panned out in a box in my garage, and it was a lot of fun just seeing that color come out and practicing your panning skills,
Yeah.
So pay dirt's fun.
We got a good question here from Jason up in South Dakota. Is there a way to release the gold from the mineral without needing a chemistry degree?
Well, what the old timers used to do, again, we're talking about free gold here. They would just get a mortar and pestle that's iron and just pound it and then basically pan out the dust.
Break away all of the other minerals and stuff.
All the other rock and stuff.
Sure.
The other things, like you say, it would involve dealing with acids and other things that are kind of messy and you don't want to deal with. It's almost not worth it to mess with it.
Yeah. I've heard a lot of that with black sand, doing those chemicals around black sand to extract out the gold, as well as like computer chips, trying to get the gold out of computer chips with chemicals.
I think they use like nitric acid and also some aqua regia, which dissolves gold, and then they have to precipitate the gold out again.
Correct. Yeah. Again. It's very interesting to look into that stuff, You
want to hear a good gold reclamation story real quick? I had a friend of mine who was an engineer, he's a physicist, and he worked for this company in Golden, and they did like optic lasers. So he worked on these very high-end optic lasers. And there was these pieces of this test equipment they would get that had these real thin layers of gold on it and also some platinum. And a bunch of, the way he explains it, a bunch of accountants bought the company and they ran it into the ground. And so he left before the ship sank. But after the ship sank, they were having a huge auction. They were auctioning off lathes and all kinds of tools and equipment. So he went there just to see what he could pick up on auction. And there was in the back at the garbage can, there was boxes and boxes and boxes and boxes and boxes of these test pieces, these little pieces of test equipment that he knew had a bunch of gold in it, especially with the number of parts that were in these boxes. So he went in, he asked them, said, "Hey, am I free to grab whatever you got in back in the garbage?" And they're like, "Yeah, take whatever you want back there. It's just a bunch of junk, a bunch of trash." So him and a buddy, they boxed it all up. And he had an appointment he had to get to. So he told his buddy, take it down here to the reclamation place. And whatever we get, I'll split with you 50-50. Because it was his idea and his way of getting the stuff. But the guy was actually going to go take it to the reclamation place. And the reclamation place took a third. That was their deal. See, they brought them all in there. And later, just like your story, John, later in the day, the guy called my buddy and said, "Are we friends?" No, are we really friends? They had $33,000 worth of gold.
Oh my God.
That they reclaimed off those things, and something like one troy ounce of platinum or something like that. Oh. And so they each bought a little what do they call it? What are those little tiny cars? Coopers. They bought Coopers. Mini Coopers. They each got $11,000. The two guys, and then the place took $11,000. But wow, just sitting in the garbage in the back, and just because the guy knew what to look for.
Yeah, so, if you know, you know. Information is golden, huh?
It is literally.
Yeah,
golden.
Exactly.
So the big question, John, on everyone's mind. When are you, me, and Tony going up?
When it gets warmer. How's that?
I call the outhouse.
Yeah. So when we do research, we got to see there's an outhouse nearby.
Yeah, that is true. That's obviously where the most gold is.
Right. That's got to be it. I'm gonna be jumping up and down on it. Come on, jackpot. Come on, jackpot.
Knocking it over. Yeah.
Right. Tony and I had an opportunity one time to on one of those big double hole outhouses on a late 1800s mill site here in Longmont that it actually been knocked over, but it didn't look like anybody had been digging in there. And it was on our agenda to get back to this permission that we had and eventually get into that privy pit. But then we had the permission pulled away from us by the construction company that was building next door. So I don't even know what happened.
It hadn't been searched. There's no way anybody was there. No.
And I don't know what they did, if they leveled all that and dug all that out or what they did, but I know they leveled the house. But
yeah,
maybe the privy pit's still there. Maybe we can go back there and dig through the landscaping and get arrested. That'd be fun.
Yeah, great. Yeah.
Well, John, you've been great, man.
I'll never look at the outhouse again. And it's like, okay, move those boards around.
Yeah,
right.
Never look at it the same.
I bet people are writing that down right now, and the people listening on the replay are like, "Yeah, man, I got to remember to do that."
And hunt in a road.
Hunt in a road, like I would have never thought that.
I have a difficulty hunting roads because generally the ruts, the 2-lane, whatever, the 2-track is usually harder to dig in. So I usually steer clear. I'll hunt right on the sides, but I generally stay out of the actual ruts. But that's where people are, right? I mean, we want to know that that's where the wagons are going. That's where they drop stuff off of the wagons. It's in the middle of the road.
Yeah.
Yep.
And 10 feet away from wherever you park. That seems to be a general thing there. That's like where all the hammered silvers are in England, and that's where all the gold Celtic coins are.
Yeah.
I was 10 feet from the truck. I was on my way back. I was done for the day. I was 15 feet away from the truck. I thought one more signal and bang.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, by the way, did you order the new HF2 coil from Deus?
Ooh.
A question for me?
Yeah. Did you order the new
it's on order. It hasn't shown up yet.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
can't wait to try it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll have to get together when you get that in hand, when the weather gets better, and we'll all go out and
Yeah.
try and find some nuggets. I'd love to do it, just to go
Cool.
Absolutely.
get out there. And if anything, you're in the mountains, beautiful air. You know what I mean? It's
There
beautiful
are no
up there.
bad metal detecting days.
There you go.
There you go.
That's true.
There you
I
go.
did want to, excuse me. I did want to mention, I did see on Facebook that Heath Jones, I think, had 3 the high frequency coils for the Deus 2 that are available right now. So if anybody's out there listening and
history seekers. Yeah.
history seekers, Heath Jones. So reach out to him and get that sent out to you. They're kind of tough to come by, being on order and all that kind of stuff. Waiting for
With the tariffs, right? The tariffs have kind of really wreaked havoc on it.
Yeah.
So we'll hopefully get that at least by the time weather turns here, because we're getting ready to go into the cold weather months. But so we have a whole winter to talk about it, John.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Research in the winter.
Yes.
That's what you do. That's all Tony and I do, research. And then we get busy in the spring detecting and don't ever get a chance to go finish up and follow up on some of that research. We always do more research than what we act on, for sure. But well, look, man, you've been a great guest, John. I knew you would be. Thank you for all the information on a subject that we don't talk about very much in the metal detecting world. You got prospectors. They go out looking for gold. They look for gold in the rivers. They sluice, they dredge, they high bank. You just don't hear too many people talking about going to mine dumps. Lurker Troy was talking about Jeff Williams. Jeff Williams is all about hard rock mining and, dry washes and mine dumps and stuff. So I know he's got some great videos on it.
I follow him religiously.
Yeah. Great channel.
He knows his stuff. He's an ace.
Sure is.
And entertaining.
Him and his partner.
Entertaining.
Guy needs to eat a little more, but his partner, Skinny McPete or whatever his name is, he's great too. He's very knowledgeable. But so check him out, Jeff Williams. If you haven't checked out that, matter of fact, I'd love to get him on here sometime and check out that YouTube channel. But so what's next for you, John? When how often do you get out around town?
Not enough. I cut back my work hours recently, so I'm having like an extra day or so a week to get out, and I'm going to be interested in finding gold in some parks, because can't go to the mountains every day.
True.
So it's nice to just take a half hour, an hour ride to the park and try your luck.
Yep. And that gold park, the park gold sells the same as mountain gold.
In fact, my guess is, I talked to one of the hunters in Eureka, and he says, like, I found more gold in the parks than you found on your mines. Sure. And they're like, you're right, you have.
True.
Yeah.
True.
But by the gram, he's found many more grams of gold than I have.
100%.
So there's a lot to be said for that.
Right.
Yep. Yeah, we get the emails about that crap.
We do. Like, look what we found. Look at all the gold we found this weekend.
I found my share of gold rings, but not nearly enough.
Yeah.
Well, last week we had guys on from England talking about their trip to England, and everyone wanted to know how much it costs. And it costs a lot of money. You're looking at probably $4,000 to get over there and do everything, and airfare and everything. And tell you what, it doesn't take too many gold rings to add up to $4,000 with it being $4,000 an ounce. So get out there and hit those tot lots, go out there and hit those soccer fields around the old basketball courts, like wherever you think people might have those rings fall off. Yeah. Get out there and find it and get your stockpile up for the next new machine that comes out, or maybe you want to head to England or Germany or something. Gold's so expensive now. So but I like the idea of searching like in the mountains for this elusive.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? It's more of like a conquest when you find it. It's more of an adventure to go look for gold nuggets in a place where
you're definitely with nature when you're doing that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Excellent. Well, any final words from you, John? We'll put you back down in the green room and then we'll say our goodbyes off the air.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would encourage everybody to chase whatever gold is near them, and because it's not about the money, but it's about the dream and having the fun, and that's what I like doing it.
Love it.
Yeah, absolutely love it. Well, thanks for coming on with us. Like you said, stick around down below, and we'll say our goodbyes off the air in just a second. John, thank you.
Thanks, John. Whew.
A lot of information. Yeah. It gets you excited, right? It gets you like, well, let's go, man.
It does. Wednesdays we're talking to these guests. Like last week we had a great two great guests on talking about gold in England. I wanted to go to England. This week we're talking about getting up in the mountains in the gold mining town, silver mine. Let's go. I'm ready to go. I'm watching Hoover Boys earlier. I'm like, I want to go out to the fields. It's all of these different things. It's just so much motivation.
Right.
It's incredible. Just not enough damn time, I tell you.
There's not.
This work thing's cutting into my days off.
Sure is. I need to have a talk with my boss and see if we can work something out. Start having him listen to the show, so at least he knows where it's coming from, right?
That's right.
Sure. Good show, buddy. I appreciate it. Yep. Anything going on with you? I know you've got that 3D printer. That's pretty cool.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, lots of cool stuff going on with that. Actually, see if I can pull this up real quick. No. I made this little detecting mouse. It's kind of corny, but there we go. It's a little mouse with a detector and a shovel. I'm just having fun with it, right?
It's an amazing that a machine can actually
little hobbies. God,
that out.
I know it's crazy. Yep. So I do want to mention before we sign off here. We mentioned at the beginning, Mr. Bobby Buttons from the Hoover Boys having some medical issues, and we've thrown the GoFundMe in the description. And I was watching in the chat, and I think Nick had mentioned that they're up over 10,000 now. So outstanding support from the community. If you guys have an opportunity and are willing to donate, anything helps. Head over to there and help up Bobby Buttons there. So just want to throw that out there. If you guys want to see what I'm doing, 5280 Adventures over on all the social media, wherever you can find me. See what I'm up to, posting some pictures, some funny memes, some funny videos and stuff like that. So come over, check it out, interact with me, and that's all I got.
Cool. Yeah, guys, go check that out. Tony's been doing a good job putting out some pretty funny memes and stuff. But like he was saying about that GoFundMe account, even if you're not in a position where you can donate some and help out that way, if you have any type of social media audience, either on Facebook or Instagram, TikTok, whatever, see if you can put out the link. See if you find a way of actually putting out the link to your audience to help them get the word out and expose it to as many people as possible. Family can use some help. If you didn't hear the story, go back to the beginning of the show and listen to Tony spelling all that out for you. So, and best of health and speedy recovery to Bob for sure. But if you can help out, go check out that GoFundMe account and give what you can, or share it if you can. That'd be great. You can find me at Adventures in Dirt anywhere on the social media pages. Looking forward to maybe getting out one more time this season before we get frozen and hammered here in Colorado. But if you get out, go have a great time, be safe, find the good stuff and tell me about it. And we'll see you next Wednesday right here on Relics Radio. Have a good night, guys.
Thank you so much for listening to Relics Radio. We will see you back here next week for another exciting guest. Until then, get out and dig it all.